Well, Mike Vrabel's in a very powerful position, Fred, as they get ready for the draft next week.
Yeah.
Let's start talking about that number 4 pick, Mike Vrabel. What about trading out of that? I mean, the draft is 8 days away. All right, let's talk.
Seems like a fair question.
Probably a little early for those conversations. A lot of those happen next week.
We can't even talk about it?
Wow, no one's called and asked?
As we get a little closer to the draft, I think there's still some prep and some managing that goes on and the coaches' reports. And so it's probably a little early for some of those conversations to happen.
All right.
Well, I believe that. Why the hell would I be trying to kick around getting the 4th pick in this dumb draft? I don't want anything to do with that 4th pick.
But it's a bit disingenuous. It's like, we're still getting some reports together on these guys. We got to find out who this Abdul Carter is.
No, I'm saying, okay, the way I took it is that teams at this stage are not having conversations about trading into the 4th pick. Like, if you were trading into the 1st pick, those deals get done this far before the draft. But hey, can you ever think of a time where someone's traded into the 4th pick of the draft?
No, but
before the draft?
The fact that and I think what he's saying is we don't expect to have any calls from teams at this point, but that's part of the conversation. Of course it is. That doesn't mean they're actively talking with other teams about it.
I can save them a lot of time. No one wants that pick. And you can do mental gymnastics like Alex Barth and think that Shedeur Sanders is going 3rd, but it's not going to happen.
If anybody did, it would be because of what they hear in the day or two leading up to the draft, and if there's a real surprise at who's going to go. We know who's going to go first, but who's going to go 2nd and 3rd? That's what would make the conversation happen.
And you wouldn't trade out of 4th anyway because you would get Hunter or Carter, so you wouldn't trade out of 4. So there's no way you're trading out of 4. What could happen is the best case scenario is that someone, takes a huge swing at Shedeur Sanders for whatever reason at 2 or 3, which wouldn't make much sense. But then why would you possibly trade out of the 4th pick in that instance when you're getting one of the 2 best players in the draft?
No, your point is well taken in that no one will trade up until 4 until the Patriots are on the clock.
Right. Like there's no one's going to kick the tires around with trading into that pick. It's look, you got screwed. Milton screwed you. You could have had the 1st pick in the draft, and then you could have traded out of that pick, and you might have by now. Like, that happens. I think when Carolina traded with Chicago, that was done pretty quickly beforehand.
Yeah. Milton did screw you. Is that why you traded Joe Milton, Mike Vrabel?
His reps were going to be decreased as we worked through the offseason, and we felt like, just like every other decision, and we're going to try to do what's best for the team, and that's the decision that we ultimately made, and so excited to move forward with Drake.
I heard someone not in Boston talking about the Joe Milton trade. Mm-hmm. He was asked by a national guy, and he was like, what? And the guy's like, well, why'd they trade him? And he's like, what do you mean? And they're like, why'd he trade him? He's like, well, are you aware of he's old?
Yeah, he's a 3rd-string guy.
And no, he's old, and he's not very good.
Yeah.
He wasn't good.
Well, he had that one really good game against the Bills. Oh, the Bills team that I'm convinced now we're actively trying to lose to screw the Patriots out of getting a better draft pick. Oh, that game?
That game.
Okay.
I bet you that there's a chance that every quarterback in this draft that gets drafted had a better college career than Joe Milton. And this is a bad quarterback draft. So there you go.
Yeah.
All right. We mentioned Abdul Carter in all this, and he did visit the facility, Mike Vrabel.
Well, we're not going to discuss any of the interactions in the 30 visit, but I appreciate, the knowledge of him being in here.
Yeah, baby.
I don't think he took too many of them, but I would say that the tape is dynamic. There's a lot of great qualities of a disruptive pass rusher, very slippery, loose, sudden player. It was a fun tape to watch.
Yep. He's slippery. He's fun. He's loose.
I agree
Abdul Carter.
I agree with that assessment. It's too bad you're not going to get him.
I heard a guy yesterday talking about how Travis Hunter wouldn't be an elite receiver or an elite corner if he was just one or the other. He wouldn't be a top 10 pick. Isn't that an interesting thing? It was just one guy.
Yeah.
But he was talking about like Travis Hunter's uniqueness is why he's considered this exceptional prospect.
I don't know.
And by the way, Travis Hunter's come out and said he's going to quit football if he doesn't get to play both ways, which is very accurate, I think, is a fair thing. And by the way, Deion's retiring. Travis Hunter and Shedeur Sanders' number.
Oh, good.
Next season. Which Travis Hunter won the Heisman, so I guess. But
I read they were doing it this spring.
Yeah,
like
no,
they're
it's
doing it
during
at the
the
spring game.
yeah.
Oh, okay,
During the
fair
spring
enough.
Which is
Like this
insane.
weekend, this coming weekend, they're going to do it.
Yeah, like his dad. Boy, Deion doesn't have a lot of shame. He's really improved that program. I mean, having his son and his son's best friend on the team, and his son's best friend won the Heisman doesn't hurt. But the idea that you're just going to retire your son's number before, like right after his, like he was some.
They were 13 and 11.
Yeah,
With Shedeur as quarterback.
Yeah, it's not like they like. At least Travis Hunter won the Heisman. I don't know if anyone from Colorado's ever won the Heisman before. Maybe not.
I think there's a running back, Bieniemy, maybe.
No, Bieniemy didn't win the Heisman.
Didn't win it. Rashawn Salam?
No.
Okay.
Ted Johnson?
No.
No, the defensive guy. You got to be like a Woodson to get those. But Travis Hunter. So you go, all right, yeah, you won the Heisman. Maybe you retire his number, like in the fall. But the idea that he's like, I'm going to retire my kid's number in the spring, even though my kid was just like okay.
So I was on that campus 10 days ago. My daughter just made a decision she will not be attending the University of Colorado in Buffalo. And I got to say, I'm somewhat relieved because I don't know if I could stomach her fandom of that team. They're fun. The campus is great. It's an awesome place. But enough with the retiring of the numbers. And it's going to... I don't see it ending anytime soon.
No, his kid's not on the team anymore. But if you
is he going to get another really good job somewhere?
Who?
Deion.
Probably.
I bet you Deion could get an NFL job if he found the right owner.
I mean, hell, Jerry Jones called him.
It would at least be a couple of years though of having to kindly and calmly listen to her getting excited about Colorado football, and I don't know if I could do that.
Because as we've seen, the players like love Deion. Like players just love Deion Sanders. Like all the old players, all the current players, they love Deion Sanders because they love him as much for his rap career as for anything else.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so one more thing from Mike Vrabel here, unless you want to do it on the other side.
No, go ahead.
More stuff. All right, Will Campbell. Is he a left tackle? Would he play left tackle? Are there left tackles? You need a left tackle.
Really what you start to look for, right, is impact players when you start picking that high, what they're going to do for you, what's the impact, what's the position. You talk about premium position, and so then that's where you kind of weigh all the circumstances and end up making that pick. So do I think that there's starters in this draft at left tackle? Yes, I do.
It's not one okay.
Oh yeah,
yeah. He probably watched that on Instagram and said, "I got to knock that, kick that in the bud."
Okay.
They're taking Campbell. It's going to happen. I was listening to Todd McShay yesterday. He said if Abdul Carter somehow drops to 4, they'll take him. Otherwise, it's going to be Will Campbell. That's what he hears.
Okay.
And so we're right back where we started. Okay.
If you like that clip, and how could you not? Check out more videos from Toucher and Hardy here. Point slightly up and to the left. For more Patriots analysis and opinion, hit this playlist. Point slightly down and to the left. And for the latest from the Sports Hub, download at 985thesportshub.com.